And the challenge of the continent is precisely that. 1.4 billion human beings. With all the resources on earth. And we are still told that over 500 million are living in abject poverty. What is responsible for that? That's why you are here. You must interrogate why to get the answers. If you don't ask questions, you don't get answers. And this is the starting point to be thinkers. These conferences is where you should begin to take charge of your destiny. And that is why I am here, to accompany you. You look at the world and you ask yourself the question, why are we where we are? I'll just give you a brief history to show you the problem of the continent. A leader called Mansa Musa traveled to Mecca and traveled with so much gold that he changed the whole economy of Egypt and the Middle East with that gold. But now Mali is languishing in poverty. And that gold is money. If you look at Switzerland now, 6 of the world's biggest refineries of gold, 4 of them are in Switzerland. 2/3 of world gold is being refined in Switzerland. That's why Switzerland is the type of economy it is today. Suppose our thinkers knew that gold was money and accumulated it for centuries. Now we'll be in control of the world like China is. Because all that had happened in the Middle East is to transform their oil money into sovereign national wealth. They come to your nation, they establish their funds, Saudi fund, Kuwaiti fund, give you loans. You use the loans to build your roads, etc. And you pay back with what they say is not interest, but of course is interest. And they continue to accumulate the sovereign national wealth and invest. As you invest, it increases and increases. And we say, a wealthy nation, with skyscrapers, all the mysteries of the world being discovered in countries which were deserts, managed by very poor peasants. Now they have moved away from that poverty because of the way they utilize their oil wealth, which we have in Nigeria, in Angola, in all parts of the country. So in short, we need to re-articulate our developmental trajectory. And that is already clear to us. The message is very clear from our history. In 1919, a group of people met in Paris to discuss what will be done after the First World War with the colonies, African colonies. And they said the colonies must become liberated. And what would the liberation mean? It means that they said the land and the natural resources must be kept in public trust by governments. They don't own it. It's owned by the people. And they must make sure that the people have as much access to that land as they can put into profitable use. Look at our countries today. How much access do we have to land for productive use? And they said, yes, we can give concessions to people to invest. But those concessions must not be allowed to lead to the exploitation of our people or the depletion of our natural resources. and what that investment should generate should be regulated and kept in time if we give any concession. 5 years, so that we build our capacity to take care. For 30 years concession, what does that mean? You're giving away your wealth. And it emphasizes that whatever concession you give to them, you must also take care of the social needs of your population. You must tax them to ensure that we provide education, etc. And they emphasize that every African child should be educated in your local, in your national language, as well as the language of the colonialists. And you should be given not only academic education, but also technical education in a branch of industry. And that the teachers should be trained by the nation to see that they are there to help us to shape our children so that they can take charge. The teachers are mothers, they are paraparental figures. They assist the home to nurture the child. Why should you ask them to pay to be educated so as to come and take care of your child? They said that those teachers should be trained at national expense, education at national expense, because these are the children of the nation. They own power, they own wealth. My conclusion, unfortunately, is that we need to sit down again, engage in national conversations, continental conversations, universal conversations on the way forward for the world. 4 revolutions must be waged before humankind can take charge of our destiny. The agrarian revolution, so that you can feed yourself. Industrial revolution, so that we can provide all this, halls and everything, and its wherewithal. The digital revolution, so that communication will be universal. But the social revolution, so that nobody will be exploited and nobody will be poor. We have to work to do that. But we need to become thinkers, innovators, and builders of nation in order to achieve that.